Were you aware that your breakfast choices might be quietly undermining the muscles and blood vessels crucial for maintaining your strength where it counts? If you're over 60 and experiencing weaker erections, decreased energy, or numbness, age may not be the issue. Instead, it could be your morning meal. Most men don't realize that breakfast can either support or gradually restrict healthy blood flow. Even more surprising, many overlook the chance to include a simple food item that could make a significant difference. I'm Dr. Laura, a men's health specialist with over 30 years of experience in urology and age-related performance decline. I've treated thousands of men nationwide who believe their intimacy fades as they age. However, our findings were much more encouraging. Here's the truth. Your body aims to restore circulation, but only if provided with the right tools. These tools aren't found in pills or prescriptions, but in 5 specific and simple morning foods you likely already know but may not have realized could improve male circulation. In this video, I'll show you exactly how to use them. You'll learn how 5 easy ingredients can enhance blood flow, strengthen pelvic muscle tissue, and boost confidence without side effects. Stay until the end as I reveal a surprising combination that helps men feel results in less than a week. Let's get started. Before we dive in, if you're committed to regaining your vitality and improving circulation where it matters most, make sure to hit the subscribe button and activate the bell so you don't miss more tips designed specifically for men over 60. And if this video resonates with you, write a 1 in the comments. Otherwise, write a 0. I read every response, and your feedback helps me create content better suited to your needs. Alright, let's start with the first food. It's simple, familiar, and when eaten at the right time, it can stimulate blood flow and muscle repair in the area that matters most. I'm talking about whole eggs, nature's most complete source of nutrition to restore circulation after 60. I've lost count of the men over 60 who have sat in front of me, frustrated, embarrassed, and confused about why things aren't the same anymore. Almost always, when I ask them what they eat, they shrug and say something like, "Doctor, I only have coffee in the morning, maybe a slice of bread if I remember." What they don't know is that their body, especially at this age, is starved for specific nutrients from the moment they wake up. One of the most potent sources of these nutrients is something they've had in their refrigerator their whole lives: whole eggs. I know eggs have gotten a bad rap in the past due to concerns about cholesterol and outdated fears, but let me be clear. If you're a man over 60 and you are not eating a whole egg regularly, you are missing out on one of the most effective natural tools to restore blood flow and strength to your lower body. The secret is in the yolk, that golden center rich in vitamin D, B12, choline, and the powerful amino acid that activates muscle repair, including the deep and often ignored muscles of the pelvic floor. These are the same muscles that support erections, control urine flow, and keep you steady and balanced as you move about during the day. When blood flow declines with age, these muscles are among the first to suffer. But when you feed them properly, especially early in the morning, your body responds. You feel more stable, experience less cramping or numbness, and yes, you start to feel more secure in moments of intimacy, not because of a pill, but because your blood is circulating again. I remember a patient, Richard, 67 years old, who told me he hadn't had a morning erection for over 2 years. In 4 weeks after changing his breakfast to include 2 whole eggs every morning, boiled, nothing fancy, he called me with a voice full of disbelief. "Doctor," he said, "I'm awake like I'm 40 again." That's the power of feeding your body what it really needs at the right time. The third food, oats with chia seeds, the artery cleaner. Every time I see an older man in my office complaining of poor circulation, weak erections, or that constant heaviness in the lower body, I don't just ask what medication he's on. I ask what his breakfast is. All too often, it doesn't exist or is filled with sugar and empty carbs. What I recommend instead may seem too simple to matter, but trust me, a warm bowl of oats with chia seeds has transformed more lives than you could ever imagine. Oats alone are a powerful ally for aging arteries. They're full of a special fiber called beta-glucan, which not only helps lower cholesterol but also cleans the walls of your blood vessels. This allows more oxygen-rich blood to reach critical areas, including your pelvis. For men over 60, this type of circulation support isn't just helpful, it's essential. Now add chia seeds and something amazing happens. These little seeds are loaded with omega-3 fatty acids, magnesium, and potassium, nutrients that help your blood vessels relax, reduce inflammation, and allow for smoother, more powerful blood flow. This combination isn't just good for your heart, it directly impacts your ability to get and maintain a healthy erection. I remember a man, Henry, telling me he felt like his body started to shut down after his retreat, low energy, difficulty climbing stairs, and fading intimacy. I convinced him to replace his sugary cereal with oats, chia seeds, blueberries, and a touch of cinnamon. In 2 weeks, his legs felt lighter. In a month, he was sleeping better and waking up with more energy, benefits he noticed both inside and outside the bedroom. "Doctor," he said, laughing, "I didn't think a bowl of oats could do that." But the truth is, what you eat in the morning sets the tone for your blood flow all day. This simple combination, a warm and mindful meal, tells your arteries it's safe to open. It's time to feed the muscles and nerves that make you feel like a man. The fourth food, watermelon, the fruit of the bedroom. I still remember my friend Bill's face when I told him to start eating watermelon in the morning. He laughed. He thought it was just a summer snack. But what he didn't know, and what most men don't know, is that watermelon is one of nature's most underrated tools for restoring blood flow, especially in the places where it matters most. Watermelon is packed with an amino acid called citrulline, which, when it enters your body, converts to arginine, which in turn stimulates nitric oxide, the same compound that opens your blood vessels and allows more blood to reach critical areas. This is the same biological pathway used by popular medications for erectile dysfunction, but this time, you're feeding yourself with food instead of medication, and it works fast. I've had patients tell me they started noticing greater sensitivity and stronger morning erections within a week of adding watermelon to their routine. There's something powerful about letting your body do what it was designed to do. No synthetic pill, no side effects, just pure circulation support straight from your breakfast plate. Bill called me weeks later and said, "I don't know if it's the watermelon or the fact that I'm finally eating breakfast, but something is stirring down there." We both laughed, but the truth is, he wasn't imagining it. The citrulline was doing its job, opening the blood vessels and giving his lower part a new feeling of vitality. To get better results, watermelon should be eaten on an empty stomach or shortly before your main breakfast. A few slices are enough, and here's a tip. Don't throw away the white skin. This part contains the highest concentration of citrulline. You can blend it in a smoothie or chew it gently. It may not be sweet, but your circulation will thank you. If you're looking for a natural way to feel more alive and energized, watermelon could be one of the easiest and most refreshing tools you've neglected. The fifth food, sweet potato, steamed with a hint of salt, the circulation stabilizer. Of all the recommendations I've made over the years, this is the one that generates the most surprises. Sweet potatoes for circulation? But once you understand how your body works in the first few minutes after waking, it starts to make sense. Your muscles, including those in the legs, pelvis, and yes, even those in your penis, don't work in a vacuum. After hours without food, your blood vessels need minerals, your muscles need glycogen, and your nervous system needs balance. Half a warm, steamed sweet potato sprinkled with a pinch of Celtic sea salt may just be the morning stabilizer your entire lower half needs. Sweet potatoes are full of complex carbohydrates that don't spike your blood sugar, but give your muscles the clean energy they need to run smoothly. And when you add Celtic sea salt, an unrefined salt loaded with over 80 essential minerals, you give your body the tools to retain water, regulate nerve impulses, and maintain healthy blood pressure without the cost of fatigue. These minerals help with muscle contractions, circulation, and optimizing nerve sensitivity, which can fade with age if we're not careful. I had a patient, Thomas, 70 years old, who told me he would wake up with heavy, numb legs and a dull ache. He had tried stretches, massages, and even prescribed medication. Nothing seemed to work. I suggested a small change before his usual breakfast. Try half a steamed sweet potato with a glass of warm water and a touch of mineral salt. It seemed too simple, but 3 days later, he called me and said, "Doctor, I don't know what's going on, but my legs feel lighter and I no longer have to lean on the nightstand just to get up." There is something comforting about starting your day with real food, something your body recognizes, something that doesn't just treat symptoms but actually restores balance from the inside out. Sweet potatoes may seem humble, but when eaten this way, they work silently and powerfully to restore circulation, balance minerals, and energize every step you take. So, what should you do today? If you've made it this far, that already tells me something important. You care about your health. You don't just let this stage of life play out, letting your body do what it wants. You're still in the fight, and the good news is you have tools now. But those tools don't mean anything if they sit in the drawer. Real change starts when you decide to take action today, not tomorrow. Start small. Tomorrow morning, commit to eating one of the 5 foods we talked about. Maybe 2 eggs with yolks. Maybe a warm bowl of oats with chia seeds and cinnamon. You don't have to be perfect. It just has to happen. Because what you eat in the first hour after you wake up is one of the most powerful decisions you can make for your circulation, your confidence, and your independence. Don't skip breakfast anymore. Don't let another day go by hoping something will change on its own. Give your body what it needs when it asks for it. This is the time when your blood vessels are most receptive, your muscles are ready to receive nutrients, and you can interrupt the cycle of decline and start rebuilding what time has tried to take away from you. You may not notice a drastic change overnight, but stay consistent. In a few days, you may feel more energy in your legs, more strength in your steps, and more response where it matters. You may sleep better. You may wake up feeling something you haven't felt in a long time. Hope. If you're worried that this is too late for you, I can tell you in all honesty, it is not. I have seen men in their 60s, 70s, and even late 80s transform their energy, intimacy, and overall vitality simply by committing to this one thing. So, the question is simple. Will you take that first step tomorrow morning, or will you let another day pass, hoping that something will change on its own? One last message. If I have learned one thing after decades of working with men over 60, it is that aging does not take away your strength. It only takes what you are willing to give up. And most of the time, what we give up is not our bodies, but our belief that change is still possible. But I'm here to remind you that it absolutely is. Now you know 5 powerful morning foods: whole eggs, oats with chia seeds, watermelon, and sweet potatoes with Celtic salt that can restore blood flow, improve muscle sensitivity, and bring life back to parts of your body that might have felt distant for too long. These are not fads or gimmicks. These are real foods that speak directly to your biology. What's more, you understand exactly when and how to eat these foods for maximum impact. You recognize that how you spend your first waking hour sets the tone for everything else: your vitality, your self-confidence, and even your relationships. You don't need to change everything overnight. Just start. Reclaim your mornings, let your meals work for you, and transform every bite into a powerful statement that you are still writing your story. This is not the end. It is far from the end. Your next act starts at breakfast and begins with your decision to take action.